you should probably go into a rabbit hole so that it makes you special, it makes you unique, because that makes you special. And today you have a tremendous opportunity to go into a rabbit hole. Holes are everywhere, everywhere, really. And you're so lucky to live in this life, in this stage of civilization, and you have a, probably a many freedom to go into the rabbit hole, do what you want in this life. So, what is a rabbit hole? Rabbit hole is a metaphor of the topic you can go into, and the humans have never reached definite answer or conclusions, and those are the topic you can deeper dig deeper and deeper and deeper, and then still you don't get to the end, you don't get to the exit. So once you go into the topic and you can hardly going back up, that is a rabbit hole. It's basically a stick, basically it aligned with your interest. That is a rabbit hole for you. And there are many rabbit holes, but there is some specific rabbit hole that is suited for you, that that is where you are interested in. And especially the thing, a field such as archaeology and UAPs and roots of human, the history of human being, and some else, astrology and the quantum physics, etc. And those are the topics that are attracting many eyes these days, and those are a very big, very deep rabbit holes. And because some topics are nearly finding new findings. Some topics are really close to discovering new findings, and then that will end up to rewrite our interpretation of our civilization. And those topics are so interesting, and once you dive into these topics, you can dig deeper and deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. You won't ever come back. And that's a rabbit hole. And that's really, really interesting area to go into. Now, why it's good to fall into the holes, those rabbit holes? I think it's good to fall into a rabbit hole for you because it's simply because it makes you unique. Going to the rabbit hole and falling into the rabbit hole makes you unique. That is a simple answer, and that is a simple principle to go into a rabbit hole. And everybody has a different sense of different point of interest, and you are interested in something that different from anybody else around you, because that makes you unique and that makes you special. And once you find what you are interested in, you gotta dig into it. You gotta dig in as much as possible, dig deeper and deeper once you're interested in something, because that's the gift. That's the gift what you're given. So you gotta dig it deeper into that interest point, something interested in you, interested in, and then dig deep. Now, it's just, you know, once you dig deeper in the rabbit hole and you find a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, and that is not needed, that is not required in a daily life. that's that's garbages in terms of making a life, making a living. However, that makes you special. That makes you unique, and you gotta dig you gotta dig deeper, you gotta dig hard, and you gotta dig it passionately, and then eventually that makes you a bizarre person because what you find out and what you have the information you absorb is totally meaningless for a lot of people around you. So if you dig deeper in it and dive into drown into the rabbit hole, and that makes you a bizarre person, and it's really a strange thing you are doing. However, going a rabbit hole through going to the rabbit hole, you will develop your own skill to finding information regarding that topic, and your searching skill will be developed, and you will develop also the skill of screening information, because in today's world a lot of fake information out there and a lot of copy information, and it's hard to find the first source of the information around. So you gotta look for, you got when you see this information and through maybe social media or YouTube or the internet, somebody's blogs. If you find the information, you gotta think, what is this source? What is the first source of information? And you gotta get to the first source, because otherwise you will be manipulated, or you will fed by the fake information. So you got to be careful, and you you probably develop those skill to avert from those fake information to going down to the rabbit hole. If you spend a lot of time in rabbit hole, you will develop those special skills, and then gradually it makes you so special in the field, because nobody knows better than you regarding that topic. So that is a really compelling thing to happen. Now, gradually, it builds your identity. It will become your part of your identity. Through going down into the rabbit hole, deep down in that rabbit hole, makes your identity, and the identity is really essential for living your own life. So by going down into the rabbit hole gives you your identity, gives your meaningful life for you, and that is your own life, and that would make your that will make you shine, because you are unique and special, and you earned identity in the field. Now, what's so fun? What's so fun about a rabbit hole? What's so fun about the almost meaningless topic to dig regarding in the context of making a living? On the other side, you have to earn money to make a living, but the things you focus on, that you are interested in, and probably not related to making money. But what's so fun, because it defies what you told in school, what you are told, what I am told in school. It almost everything is rewritten right now, and it defies the, how to say, the mainstream information, mainstream common knowledge will be rewritten and defied by the new findings we currently about to see. And I wasn't a good student, and when I was in school, so I can't remember exactly what I was told, but was my words. But I remember that I was told pyramid in Egypt were tombs for kings, tombs for great kings and past. But according to new findings these days, they are obviously not tombs. There are power plants, and additionally, they are finding mega structure using the satellite lidar system beneath the pyramids, and they are huge, huge compared to pyramids. The underground structure is so huge, and they're finding as those findings are still in evaluating process, evaluating stage right now, but I think it's come out to be true because a lot of a lot of ancient scholars have left have left the memo that they visited the labyrinths of Egypt, and they are so beautiful, and the scale those are enormous and humongous scale, and those are astonishing, and that's far beyond Parthenon temple in Greek. That's far beyond the pyramids on the ground. Those the underground structure labyrinth is far fascinating, and those are connecting to the one truth that we are about to find out, and those lighter scan images are coming out to be true. And those are the really interesting right now, and we are lucky to be in this moment, in this life, in this civilization. This is really good, really a lucky moment. And so pyramids are not a tomb, and the question is who built them, and for what. And we are about to find it out, and maybe it takes a long time, but it's, it's the new findings are coming out. And other topics is three fingers, three toes beings. Um, those are many paintings left in everywhere on the earth. Um, the walls, wall art, vases, and caves, and many area they have paintings of three tall beings. And what are those paintings come from? And those are a really simple question. Those are not us, because mammals have five fingers, five toes, and we have different biological structure. We're not the five finger. We're not a three finger structure. We are not three fingers beings. And dinosaur. Dinosaurs are the three finger, three toes beings. I mean, the creatures. And we've been told that the one catastrophic event that happened 65 million years ago wiped out all the dinosaurs from the surface of the earth. But if the birds narratively told that they are the descendants of a dinosaur, and if birds could survive the catastrophic events 65 million years ago, then why not the other species? Why not the other branches of dinosaurs? Why not the other? Well, would seem obviously a lot of reptiles are survived that event. Let's think about a timeline, and we've been probably, I don't know, human history is also keep rewritten these days, and the Chinese scientists just found the million-year-old Homo sapiens skull, and that will date back a far old as compared to what we told and what we have found these days. We have believed that human Homo sapiens have 300,000 or 200,000 years old species. However, that new finding will tell you that is telling you that we have a million years history as a human being, Homo sapiens. Now, what I want to talk about is if the dinosaurs, if the dinosaurs survived 65 million years ago, the catastrophic event, and we human have enormous evolution, enormous development in this 100 years, just 100 years, compared to 65 million years, it's a little in the blink of an eye, and we can develop from from the big telephone wired telephone system to the wireless iPhone. That's enormous, and we can use satellite system to communicate each other instantaneously. That is a huge advancement, and that is unbelievably advanced civilization we get here in this 100 years. And think about it, considering there's a timeline. With that said, they have 65 million years of development of evolution. Their civilization send them to other galaxies, right? Because we can get, there was so much evolution in this 100 years, and why they can't have such kind of civilization evolution? Now, 65 million years, they it could probably send them to other galaxies. It could enable them to live underground of the Earth, because the huge tunnel system found in Turkey, which is date back to 11,000 years, I guess, 11,000 or 50,000, way back in farther than our written history, and also the lot of colorful paintings underground Temple of Egypt. They have hardly they barely have this the sign of using a light source, and how they can see it, how they writing, how they paint in the dark. We human can't see in the dark, and we can't distinguish the colors in the dark. So it's not us who painted the colorful painting in underground, beneath the ground, and we're not the one who dig the huge tunnel system underground in Turkey. Who then? That is new findings we about to see, and because science is all about observation and observation of nature, and trying to come up with the theory or the formula to explain, so that we can reproduce it, the phenomenon happening in nature. And whatever the phenomenon happening in nature is true, and science is a follower of that. So if science says no, that means not no. If nature says yes, that's yes. So that science is about conventional science, is about to be rewritten, and is about to be updated with new findings these days, and a lot of new findings are coming in many areas right now, and that's one fascinating thing. In many areas, they are about to find new things, and that will defy a conventional theory. So this is really interesting point. As technology advances, we see the ages of universe older, and new fossils discovered, and we date back human history. And 3-eye atlas is almost an UAP in space. And so new findings rewrite conventional science, and now it happens over every area. And so you see a lot of interesting rabbit hole everywhere. That's right now. That's today's world. And that's why rabbit holes are fun, and that's why going to rabbit holes makes you special. And because it enriches your life, your rabbit holes is waiting for you. And go in there and be special. This is my message today. Thank you for listening. I love you guys. Your habit will honor. And I see you in the next episode. Peace.